it's Krista and welcome to my channel. Today is Mixed Media Frenzy and I'm going to be, we are actually scrap lifting this that you see in the right hand corner there. It is a boy layout, it looks like. Super cool layout. It's kind of grungy and I like the grungy layouts. And first I'm using white cardstock and I'm just doing the packaging technique, and the spray I used is called Fairy Pond, and it is a color bloom spray by Prima. And now the second color that I'm using is a green, and it is called Lucky is the color, and we got these in a Hip Kit Club, I believe. And it is also by Prima, and it's Art Philosophy. These are really pretty watercolors that I absolutely love by Prima. So this is what I'm kind of doing, is I'm just doing a packaging technique, and then I decided with the green to kind of put some of my brush on there, and now I'm just going to kind of move my paper around. And because I used gesso, the colors are able to move around and not seep through the paper. So that's why I use clear gesso all the time on my layouts whenever I'm going to do mixed media, because you get this type of effect, which I really love. I love watching the colors blend like that. So now they also have some stenciling on here. If you look really closely, it looks like they had a circle stencil. The closest thing I have to a circle stencil is this honeycomb stencil by Vicki Boutin, so I decided to use that. And I'm using my Distress Oxides to pull it through. And the colors that I'm using of my Distress Oxide, one is, the yellow is the straw color, the green is Cracked Pistachio, the blue is Broken China, and the orange is actually an archival ink, and I can't remember the name, I'm so sorry. But it might have been Ripe Pumpkin. Could have been. Not sure though. But yeah, so I'm just pulling it through my stencil using my little tool there, my little foam tool, just to kind of rub it in. And it's really simple technique. And I love using my Distress Oxides. There's such a simple way to get a mixed media background with them. And I'm doing the same thing on the bottom, and I just love the way this layout turned out. I love how the background turned out. The colors, just everything went together so well. And I am going off of the sketch, but the sketches and layouts that we put out for you guys every week is supposed to give us inspiration. It's not supposed to be exactly what they have. So I'm just kind of like going with it and just like using that as my inspiration to come up with my own background. So this was super cool to do, and I like all of the, oh, there's the photo. I forgot to mention the photo. The photo was a photo of my son, my younger son. He was going down our little bouncy slide that we have in our yard, and we have like a little bouncy house for them, and he was going down it, and I snapped a picture of him. So it was a really cute picture. So this actually has, because the slide is actually green, orange, and blue. So it was perfect, this picture, to do this layout. So now these papers that I'm using to back my photo is part of an old boy collection that I have that is by My Mind's Eye. And I've been using this collection a lot because it has a lot of really cool papers in it. And like the book is like so big. And these papers are very flimsy. They're not meant to have mixed media on them or anything like that. So I basically use them for stuff like this, just to back my photos or just to put on a layout, you know, just using the papers for whatever. But it isn't meant for mixed media. So that's what I'm using to back the photo, and these colors were perfect too to back the photo with. So yeah, so that's what I'm using. And then you're going to see me come in now with my stamps and also these die cuts that I cut out. I used my die cutting machine, and I wanted to cut some foliage because there is a few white flowers that are also on that layout as well. So I put my own, and I got those were Tim Holtz, and they were die cuts from Tim Holtz that I actually got at Hobby Lobby. So now I'm going to pull out a lot of stamps here, guys, and I'm using archival ink because this type of ink will stay. It will not smudge. It'll dry quickly. So that's why I like using it. And I'm using Bow Bunny stamp this is, and it looks like stitching. And you can see on the actual layout that we are using this week, it has some, it looks like some stitching. So I did have those, so I just kind of used my own. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this other Bow Bunny stamp that I got. And I got these all at Tuesday morning. And this one kind of looks like, it's kind of a weird, like, kind of like lines, but they're kind of like crooked and stuff. It's super, super cool looking. And I decided to use that on this side. And it's not exact stamps that they used on their layout, but I am going to be using my own on my layout. And I'm going to kind of put some stitching down here too. And it's just kind of random. That's what this is all about. It's just making it your own. And that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just making it my own, doing my own little stamping. I also put in these dots. And you want it to look grungy, just like the layout in the corner that you see. And I just randomly am sticking things wherever I want. And I did have these really cool circles. They kind of like were swirly circles. So I decided to stick those on there because I do see a couple circles on their layout as well. And I just randomly put them in spots where I wanted them. And then I also went in with my stamp that has some writing on it. It's kind of like cursive writing. Don't know what it says, don't care. Just stamping. And that's what it's meant to do, just to give the page more interest and this really grungy look. And that's what it's all about. So then I decided to put some stitching on this side too. So I just went in with my finger and I just kind of pressed it down into the ink and went with it. So then I decided I wanted more. And I just kept going back and kept filling it the way I wanted it. And now I'm going to pop up my picture with some craft foam. And this craft foam I just get from the craft store, or you could get it at Walmart. That's where I get mine. It's always in the kids section. And it has sticky on one side and not sticky on the other. So now I decided going with these Bow Bunny stamps. And I liked this one circle stamp. And you see they have a circle stamp in the upper right hand corner on their layout that says something. So I decided to stick that and put, it just says this week. Does it mean anything? No. And then I decided to do a little camera as well. And then I had these little circle left over from the Noteworthy collection, and I stuck those in each corner. And then I put that little banner down there. And then now I'm just like going through my stuff, and I'm just randomly picking things out from my stuff that I had, my stash, and I'm just randomly putting things on this. So I decided to use a couple of these from my Illustrated Faith collection. I put a couple little dots there. One was like a cross and another one was just a round circular piece. And then I used that arrow piece. And then I'm sticking down my little foliage that I die cut it out of white cardstock. And now I'm just going to glue this little banner down at the bottom here. And I liked that little banner. And now I just bought these at Hobby Lobby. And they're so cool. So I'm going to use half of it, the part that says love, because that's going to be my title. And I'm just going to stick that down on this side here. And if you see in the layout, they have something like that as well. Only mine's in black. Theirs is in white and black, I believe. And I think theirs is a chipboard, it looks like. But mine's just a sticker. And I really like it. And I decided to carry it over onto the other side because I really like how it flowed. And I like the little squiggly lines. And I thought it brought a lot more interest to the page. So I decided to just kind of continue it on the other side. And I love how that looks. It just turned out really cool. And then I decided to go in and I decided to put the little tape like they did. So I used my washi tape, and I just happen to have the same type of washi tape that they have in their photo, in their layout. So I used mine too. And now I'm just going to go in with these stars that I had in some chipboard pieces. that I had. This is just in my collection. It's just, I got it at Tuesday Morning, and they had stars and these little X's or plus signs, I don't know. And I just stuck them down. And then I had this, and I put that there, and it just says Total Bliss. I just thought it was kind of cool. And then I went in with some black acrylic paint, and I watered it down. And now I'm just going to go in and do some black splatters. And that is going to finish it up. So before I finish up, I just want to remind you guys not to forget to check out the other ladies who are also in Mixed Media Frenzy. I will have all their links down below. And I can't wait to see what they do with this layout too, because this was a super cool layout to do. Lots of mixed media, but you guys seen how simple this is. It's not hard, so I want you guys to go out and really try to do it. Just try it. Just do it. Just play around with your stuff. Get your paints out and get busy and just start creating. That's what I did. And I use a junk journal too, and I practice in that as well. So here are your close-ups, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. Just hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys like it. I really enjoyed making this one. I think it turned out super cute. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And remember, stay crafty. Bye.